Let's be honest, if you're a PC gamer, your desktop can get chaotic. Am I right? You've got icons everywhere, a dozen different launchers for all the different stores, and just finding the game you want to play feels like a mini game in itself. But what if I told you there was a way to bring some serious order to that chaos and do it with a whole lot of style? Does this look even a little bit familiar? You got your Steam library over here, your Epic Games stuff over there, maybe some GOG games, and a bunch of other icons just kind of floating around. It's not just messy to look at, it's genuinely inefficient. Every second you spend hunting for an app is a second you're not actually playing. I mean, this just hits home, doesn't it? It's that feeling of being totally overwhelmed by your own digital space. Your games are split up, your work files are in one place, your creative projects in another, and it all just becomes this digital headache that most of us just kind of accept as normal, but it doesn't have to be. So we've established the problem, digital chaos. But what if the answer wasn't just to make more folders? What if it was about completely rethinking how you interact with your desktop? Let's dive into a really elegant solution called Dennkind Dock. And here it is. This is Dennkind Dock. Now, this is way more than just a replacement for your taskbar. It's a fluid, beautifully animated, and super polished hub for pretty much your entire digital life. The whole idea here is simple. Getting organized shouldn't be a chore. It should actually make your whole PC experience better. So what does this actually do for you? Well, for starters, it means all your games and apps can finally live in one easy-to-find place. It means you get a desktop that you can totally customize to match your vibe, with different skins and layouts, and at the end of the day, it just promises a cleaner, more personal, and way more fun space to work and play.
Okay, that's the big picture promise, but you know the magic is always in the details, right? So let's break down the core features that really turn this thing into your own personal command center.
At the very heart of Dennkind Dock is something called the Action Bar. This is basically your mission control. It's where you pin your most used apps, your favorite games, your project folders, whatever you need. The design looks really clean and minimal, but don't let that fool you. It is incredibly powerful.
And getting it all set up is, surprisingly, so easy. You literally just drag and drop your essentials right onto the dock. Need to group all your Adobe apps together? Or maybe all your favorite RPGs? Just create a folder right there on the dock. And for all your keyboard warriors out there, it's fully controllable with shortcuts, so you can fly through your desktop without ever touching the mouse.
Okay, now this is probably one of my favorite features. They call it user profiles. Just look at these two setups. On the left, you've got your office desktop. Super clean, professional, all your work apps ready to go. Then, with a single click, bam, you switch over to your gaming desktop on the right. All your game launchers, Discord, everything you need is right there, ready for fun. It's like having two completely separate computers in one. And it's not just a fancy launcher. This thing is a full-blown library manager. It can automatically import your entire Steam library, which, let me tell you, is a massive time saver. And from there, you have all the power. You can create your own custom categories, you can swap out any icon to get the perfect look, and you can even add custom launch commands for certain apps or games. It's really all about giving you total control. All right, cool aesthetics and organization are great. But let's talk about something that's even more important whenever you install new software on your machine: privacy and, security. The developers are really direct about this, which is awesome. Their first big promise is no spying. They make it very clear that the app never, ever collects or shares your personal data. Period. The second promise is that it's DRM-free. Now, this is a big one. It means you can run the dock without even having Steam open in the background, which frees up system resources and just gives you more freedom. So the features all sounds pretty impressive on paper, but what's the real verdict from people who are actually using this thing every single day? Let's take a quick look at what the community is saying. This comment just nails it. It directly solves that number one problem we started with, the desktop clutter. And you see how they mention using different repositories? That's that awesome user profiles feature in action. It shows how practical it is for real-world organization. I actually love seeing balanced reviews like this. It highlights two huge strengths: the design and the fact that it's a lightweight app, so it's not going to slow your system down. But it also honestly points out that there's still room to grow. And that's actually a good thing, because the developer is known for being super active and is constantly pushing out updates based on what users are asking for. All right, so you've seen the features, you've heard from the community. If you're sitting there thinking this might be the answer to your own desktop chaos, here's how you can get started.
This is a number you're going to want to remember. The app itself is already really affordable, but it has been known to go on sale for 50% off. So here's a pro tip. Just add it to your Steam wishlist, and you'll get an email notification the next time a big sale kicks off. And honestly, the best part of all, you can try it out completely risk-free. Steam has an amazing refund policy. If you buy the software, use it for less than 2 hours, and decide it's not for you, you can get a full refund. No questions asked. It's the absolute perfect way to see if it really fits into your daily routine. So there you have it. That's Dennkind Dock. It's stylish, it's powerful, and it actually respects your privacy. It really offers a whole new way to interact with a machine you use every single day. The only real question left is, are you ready to finally reclaim your desktop?